really start off Haven very well. If I'm GE and I'm this confident going into a series, I mean, you talked about, you had Frost talking about having A and B comp. I might not even play my main comp on Haven going into this opening map and see how it goes, see if I can win without giving away so much info.
And I mean, Split being map 3, that's a map that GE looked great on. So really, I need to see Zeta get it done in 2. I need to see them take this Haven map. Otherwise, they might be in some hot water.
Yeah, it seems like all of the, you know, T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. That seems to be the case for GE. We'll see if it's the same for Zeta as well as we head into our second match of the day. It's Zeta Division taking on Global Esports, so let's send it over to the stage.
Zeta Division.
Let's welcome our second set of teams to the stage today. We have Zeta Division taking on Global Esports. That's right, XQQ. Zeta need to take this opportunity for a redo after their match versus Full Sense. This roster still does not feel like they've gelled. The absence of more experienced players is sorely missed. They need to show fans that they've got something in the bag because they're up against GE, who will come out swinging.
They've had a very rough draw here in kickoff. You've got Full Sense and a GE in amazing form back to back. So it's really not how you'd want to be kicking off the tournament, but you can't make any excuses for yourself if you're Zeta Division. You got to pick yourselves up by the bootstraps and show us why you're here in Pacific.
Absolutely, but of course, you talk about why you're here in Pacific, right? And you talk about Global Esports. This could be the underdog that Pacific deserves this kickoff. This is the team that nearly beat PRX, and hey, a lot of people will say that match was theirs. We've always said that for GE, on paper, this roster looks good. But this time around, it's not just words, it's not just theory. We're seeing the team put it into action.
Yeah, they got me hyped up. Match 1 against Barrel, dealt with them comfortably. Match 2 against PaperX, it goes down to the wire, which is an incredibly good sign. We all know how strong PaperX are, but they found themselves in this middle bracket. They're hoping to look strong today, carry that momentum through this bracket now, but it starts with a clean win here, hopefully for them, against Zeta Division.
Yeah, they can't afford to underestimate Zeta. They're a team that can be hot. I mean, Japanese teams in general can get pretty hot on Haven in the off-season. We've seen it multiple years in a row.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just come out with some insane performances on this map, so you definitely can't afford to start slow if you're GE.
I'm kind of waiting to see if Frost is going to come out with a handshake for each of the
I
players.
hope so.
Right?
You can't just have one.
It's like, that's clear favoritism.
I want 5 fully customizable
Exactly,
handshakes.
exactly. You know, you can even use like a bit of a hip swing here and there, a bit of the foot. There's lots you can do.
They got 14 comps on each map, a handshake per player. Like, there's such thing as overcook, Mika, okay? Like, sometimes you just gotta keep it simple.
There's many things going on even before the match begins, right? But we talk about the off-meta comps that GE has, right?
Yeah.
I know they both, and I know that both Frost and Javi have mentioned that, you know, there's friction, they're both adjusting to each other in a diplomatic sense, but I actually think that this Frost and Javi partnership works.
Yeah.
I actually feel like, you know, Frost setting up these off-meta comps and Javi having these quick creative calls around the map, and then you have support from all of these other brains on the team. I think Frost needs these kind of individuals to be able to make his ideas work.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. For me, I love that they have their own style. That's a big thing. I don't love teams who are always just kind of copying what other people do. They've read the meta for themselves and made firm decisions in how they want to approach this kickoff. So you have to respect it. I think this is a team that a lot of people are excited about. So I think they just need to show another strong performance today, and they should be moving forward. For me, the pressure is really on Zeta Division to show something stronger.
Does that make you proud?
Yeah, I love
Does
it.
that make you proud?
Yeah.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Yeah, there you go.
Got that representation.
Oh, 100%. You know, it's great to see an Aussie in the league getting some wins. What didn't go so well last time, but I think that was really the coaching staff of that particular player.
Disagree.
Last time around.
Hard disagree with that.
Well, you know, despite the skill that we have two ex-coaches here on the desk, I think that both of these teams right now, they have, you know, that such amazing brains on the side of the coaching staff.
Okay.
I was just talking about brains, but wait, hold
so
on.
We talk about Global playing an off-meta style, and they're running Sky Sova on this map. They're swapping away from that veto that's been so good for them to Chamber and Jet as that solo duelist. This looks so old school, but they have so much information, which might be key to stopping this double duelist.
It's like a 2022 comp if I've ever seen one before. I think Zeta, they really need to like cast their minds back to playing against this kind of thing. You got to deal with the double drone a lot of the time. You got the Jet Cloudburst. I honestly think that Zeta's comp is much better built for this meta, and if they can pilot it well, and you see both Eco and Absol getting the openers on defense like they were against Full Sense, I think they've got a pretty good shot here, but it's just about if they can execute in the server.
Meta? G doesn't do meta. They're gonna toss that out the door. They're gonna go for a full Australian representative too. I mean, I'm excited to see this. Let's step into Haven with our casters, Paperthin and Achilles.
Alrighty, time to go into our second series of the night. We have another Japanese squad up on the stage, but this time looking like the underdog, going up against a global esports that narrowly fell to the hands of PaperX.
Yeah, I mean, so much is going well for GE right now in terms of like what you're seeing in the protocols, the trading, winning rounds they shouldn't. This was a big thing that I noticed in their first map against Varel, that they were winning a lot of odd man situations where they weren't favored. So I think this is a really uphill battle for Zeta. This GE squad looks really good.
No, they really do. And what a turn from how everything began back in 2023, that we can look at global esports, that we can look at DFM and say, oh man, I'm hyped to watch these guys play. Zeta's that other squad that's been on the outskirts that we want to see punch up, be able to go, qualify into playoffs, qualify for globals. Let's see how they fare though, as we jump into Haven. Frost was yapping aplenty over there on the analyst desk. He had some very funny
He had
things.
some things to say.
Yeah, some funny stuff to say. But he set the stage and said, yeah, we're not necessarily going to be running the veto every single time, so we get to see Yudotan here on the chamber.
And I love that Pilsky pointed out that this is a very 2022 comp. Zeta hoping to channel that 2022 energy again. See if they can find a big underdog win. As an early clear of some of that util, Eco wants to get aggressive. Trademark in place behind all this, but nothing but Cypher util on the C site. So Shota just gonna have to watch this from the backside. Gets a spot on the trip. I don't even think he gets any damage.
Yeah, through that box, not really going to be able to find it there with the classic. Tom going to try to maintain control here of the flank. It's a good amount of damage there on XCL. At the same time, Autumn's able to find Shota, and Zombie does get traded, so Eco on the board with one. For now, Global very much fanned out. I mean, Crystal's still very wary that there might be that even later lurk coming through that reroute from XCL, but yeah, they are just diffusing it as Eco will just hold it down. The cleanup on the kills found Zeta get the opening pistol, as it feels like hubris from Global.
Well, they really wanted to clear Shota out, and they committed so much to do that. You know, Yudo's watching the back lines. He sees a bunch of players, so they feel comfortable that they can get that done, but Eco's just so quick to find that frag that it opens up the site, and Sugar Zero immediately drops those two smokes in, and they're right on the defuse. There is zero hesitation from them. So that's the kind of confidence, that's the kind of decision-making you're going to need from Zeta all throughout this match today. It's a good start for sure. Let's see, any buy-ups? There's a bandit, a couple bandits for Global Esports. Something that I love the way that they utilize that gun early on in this season, getting it into favorable situations where you can get that one-tap headshot, get into that range. Absol with an outlaw. Xavi's gonna put a smoke through, buy themselves a little bit of space.
Not overstaying on this at all, backs away, but still is very much at risk. Doesn't currently have an escape route planned, but the drone will go ahead and alert them to how much pressure is going to be pushed on this angle. And Autumn immediately able to find one, but Absol, quick draw,
Whoa!
gets the Sheriff out as well. Can he find it? Drives a knife into the chest of Patman. As it looked like he was going to be, traded out. Screwed maybe against one, but okay, no, 2 shots to the Outlaw, good stuff. But the Sheriff shot into the knife to get the 4K. We are off to a ripping start.
Oh, Flash just not fully connected with him there. Love it, get the knife there. It's gonna be interesting to see more of that Sky. I think this is the first Sky we've seen in Pacific in kickoff.
Okay, I will.
I'll go Pat, okay, I'll go Pat.
This is
After
a
hold,
bit of
I
a
will
listening.
shoulder.
They smoke me up, boys.
It's okay, guys.
I'm out of
Nothing
here.
mid.
Someone spawn.
Shoulder big
Let's
guys.
make, we don't name it.
I'll spot.
I need heal.
I watched you.
I need heal.
One below.
We just smoke. Soba was
Just
yellow.
Nothing below, boys. Can you guys go out?
We pick
Sky there to go ahead and heal Yudotan back up to full, but loses his armor. Solid shots off the rip. Yeah. What can I say? my brain might be a little bit broken after the first series.
I'm crying. I think I'm rubbing off on you, by the way, in all the wrong ways.
Oh, Christ. Well, Eco about to explore down in the garage. Autumn's tucked away. He does read it for a second, but he can't find the kill.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm better.
Seconds left.
Oh, is this how
This is how today is going.
this is how Pansy feels? Oh gosh. Okay. Well, bounce of the shock, able to go ahead and clear out the trip. Which now getting ready to come through. Yudotan leading the way up into the smoke, finding XDL. Time, however, running low. Push up, gonna be a no scope there from Absol, but Spike does get planted. And Sugar Zero, 1v3 from the connector side. Patman low, but trying to even just clear the angle, given Autumn on that 90 degree. Gonna prove to be difficult, so has to try to peek the jet first, and will end up falling. So some damage dealt. And it's not going to be a bonus conversion for Zeta as Global Esports get themselves on the board.
Yeah, it looked pretty good from both sides. This is just a really nice pickup for Autumn. Able to sneak in there with the jet. Get a big kill, but coming at a couple different angles on the site. That second layer of trip, not going to be dashed into by Autumn. Nice little barrel stuff there from Absol. I know, dude. I have
tears in my eyes.
It's so rare for me.
Yeah, it is actually.
I don't usually do that. That's more of a high pocket Mitch thing.
It is.
But oh boy. All right, try to find some semblance of self-control here. And Zeta don't want to lose theirs. Still the lead for now as we go into the first proper rifle round. And Absol able to find one, but cannot get out. Got a little bit of pen damage there on Azavi, but obviously with the Sky still alive, he'll get back up to full.
Yeah, so the Sky providing a little bit extra help here for GE to recover. Trying to take some early aggressive peeks to see what they can get. Yudotan identified. Look at this position, though, from Eco. Oh, if they had gone that way. But he hears the footsteps, so he's there immediately pinging out A. You can see the rotations coming through from Sugar Zero and Zeta. They want to get there. Lickety split. Trademark will identify part of the lurk, so looks like that might be part of Patman's duty. Let's see if they can get through.
Oh, Godbarrel spotted there, but XDL forces the tailwind. able to find the kill, just gets himself slotted up against the wall. The pop flash out! He goes for a timing shot, is able to find it, but still the flood forward from Global Esports ends up coming out on top. Zavi down to 8 HP, 4 HP rather.
He could buy it.
He has, went around the world. Now sliding in, and Zavi surviving 4 health! Managing to find the headshot to tie it up at 2-2.
That's crazy. I wonder if we have a replay of how Eco got around. It must have just, yeah, gone up and around the little garden shelf there. Yeah, it's a little tilting. Not expecting that outlaw to be there like that. Good gravy. That is messy. Right there at the choke point. Zeta tries to go for the double swing. See if they can just combine fire to shut down that choke. Ooh, that relay bolt. Yurotano has the rendezvous. Good to escape. Eco can't get that Bucky anywhere in range. Over towards C. It's kind of been the early round ideas for GE quite often.
Oh no. The Pacific Twitter just tweeted a clip and tagged me in it. Oh no.
Hey.
I have some words for the social media team after this one, but Exec onto the C side, getting ready to come through. Pop flash gonna be sent, Shota flushed out. Sugar Zero able to find 2 with that classic. Gets a little bit more damage across. In the end, a big explosion between the 2 squads, and it's a surprising amount of damage dealt here by Zeta, but still Global taking the round win and now taking the lead.
I had to get done dirty with the Timmy, so it's your turn. This is a great flash though from Patman right into the smoke, so it forces kind of this trap that Zeta was trying to spring to be revealed. Gives GE that little bit of extra opportunity to react to it, even though they lose some players to those classics. Really like the ideas from Patman. Hitting some nice flashes for his team on that Sky. Ooh my.
All unable to find it there. Patman, okay, on the repeat, will be able to get the kill, but there's been a trade of Sugar Zero as Autumn clipped just through the corner and then spammed down. Overstays on the angle. Punishes, but Eco, he does well to get himself forward in the window, but flushed out, and now suddenly a 3v3. Cosmic Divide going to be called in. As Yutan sounds out that the A site is free for the taking.
Yeah, tough one to read here. Zeta, no idea if that's going to be A or B off that Cosmic Divide. They're going to be coming in late to it. Although there is no trip there, so you have to put a player in place. Crystal going to be the one watching sewers.
Sliding his way forward. Dimensional drift. We just seeing them, but no, they continue to swing in. Neural Depth now looking to get the reveal. All the info gathered coming through the exit. Their back sight. Zavi immediately finding the punish. Absol taken out of the equation. Now down to Shota as they will just wide swing out. Yutan playing in his IGL. And his Global Esports string together 4 in a row.
I mean, Zavi has been an absolute godsend for GE here. He is winning some big rounds. Trade there early. Nice pickup for XDL, but he's just all over the place. He's reading everything. Eco, yeah, that's a head scratcher. Zavi's just got that huge brain.
I love that from you, buddy.
Timeout.
Early timeout. Zeta needs to regroup on this defender's side. They're trying a lot of different looks. They're giving GE quite an offering in terms of the variety of what kind of defense they're showing. Kind of curious what the coaching staff wants to relay over to them. It's just GE's done a great job of reading a lot of the scenarios, hit some shots when they absolutely needed to. Frost is, as always, very vocal. Want to see GE win here. A lot of fans, especially with Yudotan in the mix from Korea, want to see them get over the line, and I'm sure every match they play this year probably going to be garnering some more fans. You know, Javi starting to give some hope as this new IGL for this squad who could frag out of his mind. We already know Patman is great. He's won a Masters trophy. Autumn 8-5, a great start for him on this jet. So just bounding forward, no response. But again, the Bucky and GE so ready for that. They saw what happened last week with Zeta. Don't want to really give those opportunities over, of course. A lot of these Neons are going to just be grabbing those shotguns in those eco rounds, trying to see if they can catch somebody a bit off guard.
Quick clear the drone, the re-swing in. It's going to be Absol taken down. And it seems like Global, very wise to be suspicious.
I've got your trail.
But they really just send the one player. Now they know, as the Seekers will go flying. Plenty of damage, double Sugar Zero looking for the wall bang, but unable to find it there. XCL will still fall, so it's just Shota, closest one towards this C site, as the spike gets ushered across.
Sheriff here for Shota. Clear that trip.
Swing out of the smoke, and takes a while to steady it, but eventually Zavi's able to find the headshot. It's just Sugar Zero with a recovered Phantom to try to see maybe if he can get some more damage, if not go for the save. So if he starts playing forward towards the site, looks like that is going to be a yes, or at least try to see if he catches anybody off guard here from Global. Should just be, yep, fate sealed. As the second kill is found, timeout not going to be leading to the Thrifty. Global get up to 5 on the attack.
Yeah, it's, again, really good big picture ideas being built in. Using the drone as a little bit of a bait and switch for Autumn. Everybody's super aware that they had given up that space. Not going to let any of those tucked in positions cause them any grief. Even using the Seekers to make sure everything's accounted for. Again, this is another thing that I really liked about Global Esports, especially in their first match against Vero, was that they were using ultimates to secure rounds just in case. Like, a lot of teams will try to save them to try to see if they can eke out that little extra advantage. And that costs a lot of teams ecos, I feel like. GE's done a really nice job with being proactive with their ultimate usage.
And you can't always just sit there and wait until you get a royal flush.
Right.
Sometimes, you know, 2 pair of trips, something like that's going to be good enough to get you over the line.
Unless it's you.
That
then
is
you're
true.
just getting cooked on the river.
Yeah, that is fair. Nothing too much going to be spotted here, but plenty of suspicions from Zeta, but Global are able to just have the operator back away.
But now they know there's 2 because of that little dog dash. They know it's more than just the op, but they still want to go for this.
Maybe thinking that they've had some push and pull here from Zeta. As, okay, slide out. Eco XCL able to find 1 apiece. Crystal trades 1 back. Relay Bolt's going to be sent just to try to slow things down. Yudotan at the same time, though, lurking forward onto the B site. Shota just around the corner. The swing in, the headshot found. B site, as well as C, completely opened up.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good read here from GE. You've got to assume with Shota, he's been pretty much alone on the C site. Oh, the timing for Sugar Zero. Oh, so close, so close.
He's drawn out, gets the spot. Yudotan backing away. Spike planted now. Hunter's Fury, Crystal there in the cubby. Could just let it rip, and he's going to. Actually sends it out very proactively. Yudotan at the same time, though, trying to scale off the back of this. Ends up falling, but Sugar Zero gets caught by the ult, and Eco gets taken down. A surprise second layer push. Absol now 1v2, both players forward on the site. Both of them a minor amount of damage suffered, but very nicely played. They play together, they swing together. Crystal with a 3K, gets Global up to 6.
Yeah, and this round, it's all about that Yudotan lurk. That's what opens this up. Trying to see if we can make the A hit go. It's a great read by Zeta early. Kind of expecting that, like you said, they, you know, GE's thinking that Zeta's going to rotate away from that. Showed some presence. You know, a lot of teams will just show presence and then immediately pull the knife out, go running to another site. Actually, pretty good read, but Yudotan has his ult.
Heavy stack. The swing getting ready to come through the slide forward. I mean, Eco is trying to like maybe play him in, but Absol now just trying to set up something with that Marshall at Platt. It's getting picked apart. Yep, flawless and fast. Global Esports lock up a lead at the half guaranteed.
Yeah, they're in cruise control now. They're really starting to get a feel for this. Aim's a little bit steadier. Since the pistol in the follow-up, it's been all Global Esports just waiting. They loved, you know, they saw a lot of this in the tape with the way Zeta was playing their first match against Full Sense. It was a lot of attempts to set up these three-man pushes at chokes to try to make something happen off some of their util, try to catch their opponents off guard. Has not worked again.
Tour de force popped. Autumn able to find Eco. Stakes him down right there. That Cubby Tuck over at A long.
You are divided.
There's another Cosmic Divide cycled up and used. Escort them forward here onto the site. TP into the corner. Sugar Zero right in on top of Autumn. Catches him off the back of the updraft.
That was wild.
Yeah, I think he might have actually been team flashed there. Looked like the face was glowing. Either way though, Zeta for the moment completely split apart. Sugar Zero with no ultimate will not have a quick join on this A side of the map, so XDL really needing to hold his own here. As Absol now creeps across into B, just further isolating their own Sova. Tour de force dialed in onto the angle, and Yudo, of course, gonna have that pretty much 10 times out of 10.
Should be a save.
Spike planted.
Just that should be the call, but getting clustered up, maybe trying to see if Absol can find something out from heaven, but Nebula blooms, and now the back away has to be called out.
Yeah, it's just decent macro from Global Esports while finding that opening pick, but then a decent response from Sugar Zero, and after that, just kind of a slow rotate over towards A, and Zeta this time had slid their extra defender over towards C, kind of anticipating that that was going to be the direction that GE was going to end up drifting into, but GE's been really happy if they don't find that early A main contestation to try to work their way down long to see if they can get into the A site. Because once you get the plant down there, it's so much harder to retake A than it is the other two. They're just going to keep testing those waters.
It was a flash out from Absol. Sorry, Patman, not trying to slander you for team flash.
Dude, this Jor always
Love that
miss
voice.
on my jump pick, dude.
That is, yeah, it'd be like that. Well, a judge for Eco.
Bring enough to not get caught by the op.
Yeah. Judge for Eco. Kind of a position you maybe wouldn't expect. A lot of players will throw that thing in the garage. It's right around the corner.
They have the Trailblazer.
Yep.
So tries to clear it out with the Classic, but can he get the Judge back into position fast enough? We'll have to just wait and see. Slides across the overdrive now, going to be popped as well as things start to get frantic. The shock dart lobbed in to no avail. As Absol under an immense amount of pressure. Tries to get the catch on the Patman, but he cannot. Now is just frantically backpedaling away. Back plat for Sugar Zero. That's an immense amount of damage spread across the players of Zeta, despite not having any casualties yet. Sugar Zero able to find one. Eco getting another. The peek in. Unaton good for a kill. Finds a second. Gets the third. It would be an ace. And oh man, for a half a second I did believe. Makes a very solid go of it. So while Zeta do win out the round, they only carry the op over.
That's, oh man, that's so brutal because Zeta finally gets a really good read and strings together some really good decision making. You know, Eco here with that judge, just making sure that B-site's unassailable. Sugar Zero watching that backside, countering the duelist, getting up on plat, doing everything he needs to do. And you just can't quite close it out against Yudo. They're turning up the pace a little bit. Whoop, a little bit of a body block, but actually the good news is for once, Eco wasn't actually sprinting in behind that relay bolt. It's just a show of force. Couple of ops, 2 ops for GE. Xavi's even picking up one.
And you got knives behind for Autumn as well. Hearing, ooh, that drop up the spike ends up drawing Absol forward, and Unaton gets caught up by it.
That was pretty slick there. Just a quick in and out. Crystal wants to do a bit more scouting. This is kind of the game for them is spread the map a little bit and then see if they give you A. Trying to draw some attention in that direction, but Zeta's just planted their feet. Their new kind of setup here is to have Sugar Zero help out Zeta on the C, shore up the defenses.
Bottom of the one finds the
30
trip.
seconds left.
Not removed, but now the attack getting ready to come through. Paranoia sent the try to delay. There's a ping reveal off one. Flash is flying. It's just a util dump, but Patman pushing in the backside. He's able to flush out two. Sugar Zero showed them both going to be taken down. Patman is doing everything. Seekers now sent. Last round of the half, so no hope for saving. Weapons will be swapped as Absol tries to go on the approach, but it's solo, and he's only good for the one kill. So now swinging in, spotting out one, but gives away his position. Tries to go sliding across, but it's going to be Crystal from out wide to take him down. 9-3 at the half. Global Esports with a very healthy lead.
Yeah, I think this is about what you expect here out of Global Esports. A few good moments from Zeta here and there, but overall, the way that Global Esports has prepared for this is very, very clean. Some good reads, some great individual moments. You know, obviously early on there were a few rounds where they got bailed out by Hobby, but it is generally a team effort here. Everybody's kind of having their moment in the sun. And Zeta just at times looked lost, and once they started to get a read at the very end of that half, they're only able to get one round out of it. So Autumn, 342 ACS in that first half. Has typically been on Yoru duty so far here, but now we change maps. He gets to go over the Jet, and he looks solid.
Oh, it really does. I mean, it's been his most played by a considerable margin across his career, but something that it feels like he's pulled out recently. Fans, of course, here trying to spur on Zeta Division. It's off to such a good start. Being able to get the pistol, get that anti-eco. See if they can find another. Get themselves back into the action here on Haven, because it is their map pick.
Yeah, and you know, attacker's side is generally a little easier on Haven, but not enough that you feel like that 3 rounds you got was comfortable by any stretch of the imagination. Have to really turn up the pace. Huge pistol round coming up for Zeta. Try to get themselves back into this map. Early start, deep start for GE. Zeta's got a decent little stack here. See what it looks like. Yudo wants to push sewers.
Shock not getting the bounce on top of them. Zeta time. Some shots, swings in, finds the headshot immediately, gets some collat damage as well into Sugar Zero. It can't escape, but still damn solid effort as Crystal lingering nearby. 3-player high-low in sewer. As the double swing will come through. Sugar finding one, Crystal whittled away at down to 18 health. Great setup there for Zeta Division, but do they read this? Autumn around the back. They have a trip, try to keep him protected for now, but Crystal finished off at A long. Now they're very well aware of it. Zabi with his friends is gonna have to go crazy, and he absolutely has! Suddenly it's just Shota. They look to try to steal this one away. Brings it into the 1v1. And it looks like he's gonna reroute.
Plenty of time.
Step's not gonna be heard from this range, Autumn. Does he give the, yes he does, I was gonna say, a consideration of this, doesn't fully push, just is waiting for information. Full health with that Sheriff, but be either a headshot, 2 body shots to try to take down Shota. He's in with a shout.
This is
Spike planted.
it's gonna come down to aim mostly. Puts the trip there.
Sets up the trip.
Yeah.
Just trying to rotate into Cubby. Watch the long angle until the trap goes off. Autumn holding it to half. Shota not going for the peak. Pulls off the angle. Here's the footsteps. Shota just checking around as Autumn, just trying to assess this, trying to figure out he should have it very well narrowed, very well isolated, and he's got it. The Red Bull clutch for Shota.
Always play high.
3K to get Zeta another pistol win.
This is a wild one. But again, it's actually a really nice read from Zeta Division. Even though they have Absol pushing space, he's all the way into garage, almost in the garage window. The TP's there in the bottom of sewers the whole time. And they set up that stack just anticipating that Global Esports was going to get over aggressive. This is...
The triple stack got him a kill, and then it got them all killed.
Right. It giveth and it taketh. Just what a...
No!
Oh, show us.
Show me the watch party.
Bring back Manny.
Oh, I want to see Zeta guy.
Yep. GE's going to go with a 4-1 stack. Are there any guns bought? Nope, it's all classics. No bandits this time. They're just going to have to chill and hope that Zeta overthinks things. Which, with the way the spike is going, it's just a question of...
I'm not going to see anything.
Doesn't see anything.
But they're still leaning in towards A. However, spike still in hand for XTL. But, okay, no further advancement here from Global Esports. They just stay at the cubby for now.
And you got the safety of the Cypher util, so this makes a lot of sense. You know, you don't see anything, you don't have any idea. This is definitely more of what you are going to feel comfortable with.
Surely Zavi can't pull another rabbit out of the hat. Absol finding him. Clears it out.
Left.
Opens things up for Sugar Zero. As the plant can come through. Global Esports forces kind of fanned out here, so maybe we'll look to try to find some damage. As Shota cleans up two.
Cage triggered.
Crystal's going to be kicking himself over that one.
He had a freebie. Just want to die to the spike at this point. Not much to be done.
Cover going out.
Maybe Vito could go for a headhunter exit if he wanted or something, but even that's risky knowing that that outlaw is in play. Want to give up anything extra. Shota goes just that ghost. I thought maybe he'd just go in there and see if he could root him out, but they're not. And Zeta comes through, able to avoid the trap. Good macro reads, good negative information reads. In terms of not having any idea of where exactly the pieces were going to be.
No, no! Why are we showing it again? Okay, it was worth it for the reaction cam. And thank you, production.
Yeah!
Even though he wasn't there.
He's not there. Zeta guy's gone.
He might be, I don't know if he's not there, if maybe he's using the restroom at the time, I don't know.
He might be busy, I don't know.
Too busy to watch Zeta.
That would be a shocker.
Oh, well, Autumn eventually finds his target. Looks like Eco might just be try swinging into this smoke, but Patman has backed out of it. Now filling the space, ping revealed. Patman playing off that gorgeously. Eco's able to slide in for one. Crystal tagged down to 10. They need to swing him now. Will be able to do so, but Autumn is there. Get the punish. Go ahead and get the round win. 3K from him. Global Esports not allowing for a bonus conversion.
Yeah, pretty steady stuff, and this is in the last half where Global Esports just started taking over the map. Zeta needs to get a lot more going. Spam there. Great timing on that util from Crystal. Nice relay bolt. Able to get at least one out of that as Eco. He scoops up the Phantom, but
Nice recon.
yep, they like what they were able to accomplish in that round, and I agree. Huge stuff from Autumn. A flash play?
Seemingly. I mean, you got Autumn at the ready. Tailwind's there. And now the peak coming through. Patman's going to be traded out, but now traded up as XCL will get taken down. Autumn tagged low, but same could be said for Shota. So in the end, the fight very much goes the way of Global Esports.
It's just a great pre-round read. They had 4 guns in place. They were so ready for this courtyard push.
Continuing the walk down. Shota just not realizing that they've gotten out of the garage. So now, the 2v4. Losing out on the one ultimate that they had ready to go.
Should be figuring out that this is not C here pretty quick. But it's taken a while for them to guess, so.
Due diligence being done here, so
With all this map control.
Members, they can
Spike
afford to try to
planted.
just take their time on this one, make sure that everybody's grouped up before they go for it. For the push, the re-swing, and Absol, a decent readjustment. They will find Zavi at the end. 2v3 now. Crystal sending out the recon, gets it cleared. Shock dart follow, looking for that damage, but won't be able to find it. Absol quickly backpedaling, sending out the pop flash, and he's got him lined up at long.
Player standing.
A 1v1, Sugar Zero versus Crystal. Both known to be clutch machines in their own right. Crystal able to backpedal around the corner. Some more damage going to be suffered. He's just sticking to this one now. But Sugar Zero gets him in the end. Round rescued, but narrowly. One player surviving as Zeta continue to fight back.
This is a great round from Absol. They're down 2 versus 4, and he knows he has to make something happen. So he pushes out just a little bit further than maybe you'd expect. And he catches Global a little bit off guard right ahead of that drone. Knows he has to make a big play. That's just a beautiful flash to tee himself up, and time was getting pretty low there for Crystal. Sugar Zero seems to be in pretty good shape today, 13 and 11.
What? No, Autumn, I mean, he's just
What?
rushed forward out of sewers, and he's absolutely destroyed 2 players. The one rifle brought forward into the round, and it finds maximum value.
Ooh.
Shock dart, yeah, they're at the feet. Sugar Zero tagged to 75. And this has certainly got Zeta scratching their heads now.
Oh, yeah.
You got the corpse just around the corner, could just send out that neural depth, and I think they absolutely should, but it seems they're going to try to just push this one forward.
Cutting through. Here.
They're on the Trailblazer. Patman quickly backpedaling some cover, but able to get the shot on a Crystal and get out scot-free. Absol continuing to find impact round over round.
Great read from Absol, knowing that if you're going to have a Sky in that position, there's going to be backup. Go for that player instead. Player that's going to be holding that angle. Here goes that info you wanted.
Paranoia able to find the connection. Patman taken down. Yudotan just 30 health here around the corner. Look for an unexpected timing through this smoke. And, well, maybe could have found it if Absol wasn't there watching. Keeping his IGL covered. Zavi now the last one standing, the 1v3.
Portal closed.
This would be a backbreaker if he could pull it off, but the cages just have him locked in position, not wanting to make a single noise. Here's the footsteps, spots the one. Absol swinging for the challenge and wins it, a 4K for him. Zeta now 3 rounds away from tying things up, and it's a wonder if Global are considering calling their first time out.
I would have thought that this would be a good moment for Frost to get involved here. I think things are starting to get a little bit out of control. And Absol in particular is, oh, he's on one. And you'd like to, at the very least, just, you know, try to ice Absol down, you know, keep him from starting to take over this game. He's a player who has hit some peaks that are quite stellar. A little bit of inconsistency still from the new player for Zeta, but
Who's next?
he is sharp as hell today.
I mean, he's matching the exact scoreline of Autumn outside of the assists. Eco spotted there, flash forward into the garage for C site, widely opened up. Yudotan trying to scale forward, stunned up, however, and XCL will be able to collect the kill. Pushing it backside, Absol going to be taken down, but Patman quickly overwhelmed, blinded up. As Eco finds himself too.
Spike planted.
Should
With
be.
Crystal still a world away.
Yeah.
Just have to back off and save.
Yeah. It's not much you can do. A little bit of an aggressive challenge there. Oh my God.
A little bit of ring around the rosy here on the B site. So it seems like Autumn should be in the clear to escape.
He's out, he's out.
This is still, I mean, 3 rounds in a row now. Scooped up for Zeta Division. Global Esports certainly have to be sweating a bit.
And now they're starting to show some really good coordination, our Zeta. That relay bolt, just so nice to set up XDL. Now they're gonna go hunting. Got a little bit of extra cash to play around with. They know that G's broke. Just barely.
Yeah, parting gift kill there. already had the ultimate online, so in the end, gonna lose out on too much here to Zeta Division. What a rally back. Good little micro, tucked back into the Nebula, dodging out on the ping reveal. Into the double kill coming through.
Slick. It's only 9 and 15, but starting to find some impact. Even if you can't frag sometimes as Neon, if you can throw your body in there, do the little things well. Oh boy. You get
Massive,
2?
Yeah, double tag on a Sugar Zero and Eco, but the follow-up, actually, Final Pulse does get XDL as well, so 3 players knocked to 70. Solid start. This time, 2 hero rifles into the mix for Global Esports, obviously saved over, so we'll see. They managed to make a go of it with Autumn just on the 1. Nearly pull off a Thrifty, so with these 2 carried over, just to be able to make it happen.
Blade Storm as well. So Autumn, a real threat. Have to respond there after getting pinged to make sure that they're not going to be taking that space. Not sure if he saw both players around that door. Batman might challenge anyway. He's got one of those rifles. He can show a little bit more patience. They're trying to set up for a bit of a trap. There's all this Cypher util still there. Instead, just wait. Kind of use that comfort against him, maybe. Oh my God, the timing. Oh.
Not swinging in. Now it's a little bit of a double take, but able to avoid disaster by having it, and by giving over a multi-frag, so it'll just be the 1. Still good, however, because I mean the time is just running so very low. Patman, if he could deal really any damage, this could be significant as he's able to find the first, finding the second. This round is escaping Zeta Division's grasp.
10 seconds.
Stun on the Patman, trying to send it the flash, but a turn from Eco! The 1-2 punch! Finds the third as well!
Spike planted.
Overdrive pop, maybe not the most necessary thing here. It's Autumn picking off Phantom, a 1v2, still having the Blade Storm as well. Ego confirms his position, they back away, rotating into backside. No util further available, and no hope for Autumn. Eco goes crazy in the round, gets the 4K, and Zeta are 1 away from tying it up.
I mean, it's again a situation where the numbers aren't in Zeta's favor and they're able to win the round. This time it's Eco. Just goes absolutely crazy. Patman trying to flash there to save his own bacon, but Eco just goes the other way. Huge. Okay.
What are we doing?
Timeout.
Well, timeout will look to solve that question. Question is, that I have they let this ride for too long?
Yeah.
They're 1 away, calling a timeout. Obviously, Zeta now getting back in the mix with XQQ. So, get his thoughts as well to try to continue this run that they've been on.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably part of the discussion here is just, you know, don't give over those early advantages to GE. If you can avoid that, you're going to be even more comfortable with how you've been able to play post-plant. Some really good decision-making from the duelists to get aggressive when they need to. Turn up the tempo, take that extra bit of space, catch GE off guard. It has been stellar. Absol, 20 kills. Him and Autumn top in the charts. Got those Seekers for Patman here. XDL, Hunter's Fury. Cosmic Divide as well for Davi.
So far, stack call from Zeta looking good, is completely avoiding this operator. Fast lane going to be set up, Absol. Working forward, front lab of Tavi, able to find 2. He eventually does get flushed out. Autumn, ping revealed, spam down. Sugar Zero going crazy. Finds himself 3, and suddenly the dust settling. We have a 2v2. Shock Dart getting the hit. Crystal gets the wall bang, and now it's down to XDL to try to get the clutch. Seems like no confirmation
You already
of
used
both
the
players
Hunter's
being in
Fury.
this position. Yeah, he's already used it. Udaton gonna look to try to provide that covering fire as everything is just whipping from both squads, but eventually Udo gets the headshot. Maybe not exactly how Frosted cooked it up in the timeout, but still going to be Global breaking this run back from Zeta.
Well, it seems to me that the timeout might have been just a little bit, hey, let's find our timing to make sure that if we're going to challenge these executes, it's a little bit better. Just uses that fast lane against his opponent there, gets right up in it. Sugar Zero is tracking. Oh, and he steps into the smoke to go for the flash. Patman just a little bit too far forward with that, or maybe he just thought they would stay behind it. Sugar challenged it. Still, though, having that op in the end and having that Hunter's Fury already out of the hands of XDL made that a much easier post plant.
And they've got double op because it's been passed over to Autumn and Tour de Force is in play. And once again, looking to just try to out-pressure Xavi. Maybe a little bit more cleanly this time as he does not retreat over to flat, so don't worry about that angle.
They found the one site, didn't have an op.
Too true. And now you've got both of these to try to make a retake going. However, Xavi repositioning in the garage, able to find one. Autumn on the peak, finding another. So 2v2. So dust starts to settle. As Eco's just he's trying to take the time to clear out these Seekers, but doesn't realize, no one credence to the idea that there could just be so many players behind it. So gets caught unawares. But XCL peeking out, would have had to have been a hospital flick to get that one done.
It is done.
So Zeta continue to just trade blow for blow.
Wow. It's just a read here from Sugar Zero. He's like, just keep going C. They're having a tough time with it. I know it got stopped in the previous round. I think they're going to assume we're going to try something different. So let's double down. And man, oh man, did he make a great read. No op presence makes that retake so much more difficult. Try to guess where they're coming from.
Absol and Autumn, they're still just neck and neck, 21 and 15 on both of these guys.
Yeah, great battle between the two.
It's going to be a big walk down mid, the pop flash. Just go ahead and shove them back. Patman contained here into the corner of the slide forward, but able to sidestep and guns down too. Sugar Zero, XCL both falling to his sheriff. I want to see those shots back.
What a smoke from Xavi there to bail him out too. Got it right in time.
Neural Depth, however, undoing this potential flank in from Autumn. He does have that Guardian in hand. He's not needing to hit these shots. Two more Headhunter bullets and just can't quite make it happen. Eco just flying at him. Offsets the aim. Plant now in play. Crystal and Autumn, worlds apart.
I think you at least try for this, maybe. There's enough money for a buy in the next one. Crystal one away from a Hunter's Fury.
Certainly is workable, especially if you can find this opener. Absol, however, favorite on the angle. It's the catch right as Autumn turns back. Crystal now widely without time. Swings in, dives to the shorty. 11-11. Zeta Division tying us up.
Who would have thought? Zeta's feeling it today.
Oh, crispy.
Yeah, just running him down. You know, nothing but the Headhunter there. We're going to see another timeout. No, we're just going to get right into it. Yeah.
Gotta suspect, though, you lose this lead. Give over that map point. It's got to be coming through.
First time in a while that we've seen such a quick, aggressive push down long A for Zeta. Been so successful on the other side of the map. They're going to make a go of it.
Flash up and over the top to try to escort. Yodotan has to back away. Gets the rendezvous out. Ping reveals, but just no angle to try to play off of these. Hunter's Fury, however, coming in. Disrupts the plan, looking for a tag, managing to find one. Barrel, I think, is going to be spotted there as Patman's able to collect the kill. Eco going to be taken down. Cosmic Divine now already set up for the retake. He finds another Absol dropped. And it's a big player advantage now to the side of Global Esports. Was shot down to 5 HP as well. Drop out of heaven. Yudo just trying to draw some attention here, but XDL won't be able to find the targets. Too many of them. Global Esports persevering, coming out on top, and now getting themselves up to map point. Zeta Division need to take this into OT.
Yeah, we've been having some issues with Patman from time to time, just getting caught in positions where he's util and taken care of, but this time he has to be there to protect the Hunter's Fury. See if there's any challenge of Crystal's ultimate, and he's able to be in a position to take out that initial rush. Now he's gonna go for the judge. Udo with the op. Bucky for Eco, his ult behind that. Patman one away from another Seekers as well.
He's about to take some early contact here potentially as Flash goes out. Reveal onto one. It's going to be a quick little back pedal and a pivot around to Sewer. Camera, however, set up.
Hello.
Patch tucked into the corner. Going to try to have them fall right into the trap of this judge. Spray and pray, able to find the recon dart there, and Shota does get caught. The Seekers now let loose. How much do they try to flush him out? Okay, well, they will just be able to overwhelm him, but XCL's still going to get caught. Spike now, stuck into the cubby. They widely need Sugar Zero to be the hero as he just cannot get it done. So very close for Zeta Division, but Global fund their footing here at the very end. Deny away the overtime and steal away Zeta's pick of Haven.
Still though, a great map, a lot of back and forth. Both teams having some really good ideas, some really good macro in particular. With the way that I saw both of these squads working across the map, trying to find those weaknesses, trying to draw the other teams off sides so they could get into those favorable post plants. And a lot of good stuff there. A few odd number wins for Zeta that were really encouraging in terms of individual performance, individual firepower.
Yeah, I mean, Absol in particular, great map from him.
Yes.
Absolutely frying the entire way throughout, but these last couple rounds when they needed him the most, maybe just not able to find that impact carried forward. Maybe would have them win this map, or at least take it into OT. But them pushing Global the way that they have in this map alone already subverting our expectations for this series. So I'm hoping to see a bit more of that going into Abyss.
Yeah, me too. I'm really happy with the quick improvements we've seen since last week, and I think you're also seeing just how damn good Full Sense is and how just oppressive their firepower was for Zeta to deal with. And now they're kind of getting a feel for the speed of the game. Like, they're turning up the pace. Saw a lot of different looks in terms of, you know, we had one round where the time almost ran out, and then another round where they're just go, 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 and they're getting the plant down as fast as they can. Like, they're showing you different looks. I think Sugar Zero's feeling more comfortable as an IGL. Had a great map, too, in terms of the individual performance. I think Patman, man, those were nasty.
Yeah, some snappy ones there. Well, plenty to talk about with this map, so we'll pass it back over to the AD so they can get started.
Ooh, yeah, lots to talk about indeed. There were so many different chapters to this map. Yeah, many ups and downs. Where do we begin? Let's actually start at the very, very beginning. We saw that Absol was performing wonderfully on the side of Zeta. Zeta managed to get the ball rolling pretty early on.
Yeah, I liked it. They get that pistol, they get the anti-eco. Absol starts firing. He slows down a little bit, then heats back up in that second half. I mean, the way, to be fair, he did a very good job. He's farming the ecos when he can. And he's getting that all online.
Pilsky's face is like...
I mean, yeah, he farms a lot of eco kills, but he's playing Yoru. He's playing Yoru, to be fair. That's who you want getting the ecos.
Exactly.
But, yeah, I mean, Absol, insane eco fragger. This guy, he had a couple of like gun rounds where he was pretty decent as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a little inflated there. I mean, I don't know, man. 300 ACS, pretty solid performance actually. And to be fair, they only had 6 openers, and 3 of those come from Absol. I mean, 18-6 in opening kills is insane.
That's a lot. That's a
lot in a game this close, that's insane.
So, I mean, GE got this game across the line, but ultimately, I do think they showed a little bit of weakness in this first map. I think they showed that they were a little bit beatable. Now, they are coming in with a very off-meta comp. I'm guessing this is a sort of a B comp, as Frost was talking about. Probably not their sort of main go-to, I would guess, as we move down the rest of this bracket. And Zeta almost managed to kind of punish that disrespect.
I'm not a fan of this comp at all, to be honest. I think Zeta, if they had tightened up a couple of rounds and tightened up a couple of things, this was definitely their map of Haven for the taking. I think GE, they had a couple of big plays individually that got them across the line. Patman and Autumn in particular were really working overtime.
Yeah, you kind of felt like they won, but did they really? Or did it have to come at that kind of cost? There were so many questionable rounds also, but yeah, we're gonna take a look at some of them as we pull them up.
Yeah, just want to talk a little bit about Zeta division. So, I mean, I think that they did a few things right and they did a few things wrong. I mean, I think their micro, the way they approach these kind of miniature set pieces was really, really nice. This is one of the long retake. And watch the Sugar Zero gets behind Autumn here. I love this kind of cheeky plays. That's where they excelled. But then in the macro side of things, Pilsky, it fell down.
I mean, this was a good opener from Absol. You see them early up in a 5v4. There is so much time to rotate C here. The dart has been thrown there at Patman, who's crossing Garage. The spy cam has well and truly seen him, and you see Zeta go for an info push down mid at 30 seconds in the round. Yeah. Where is the C flood with the Omen Cypher setup backside? How is Patman allowed to just solo run up C and get a triple entry?
Yeah, and even this one, it's 4v2 on the pistol. Nobody's watching the long swing. Savvy almost wins them that round. Zeta did very well to recover that in the end, but when they had things going their way, they had both pistols in that match, and like you say, if they just tighten up a few of those screws, I think this result is different, and that's got a sting on the side of Zeta.
It's just frustrating little things, you know, like they're not shooting recons, or, you know, they're not really covering angles correctly at times. They don't have pre-planned setups when they're up in numbers, you know. It's just frustrating to watch Zeta not necessarily get a game that they could have won across the line because they haven't quite tightened up some of the fundamentals.
Yeah, there are a lot of rounds like that as well that went really, really back and forth. We do have to call out some of the individual players that did stand out. We saw Autumn on the board.
Yeah.
He's
back on Jet.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this was, for those that aren't aware, a bit of a throwback. Autumn was a Jet player through and through, going back to the OCE scene and then playing a little bit in India. I think he was still playing that duelist role. On FPX, obviously, a bit more of a Viper kind of Senti player, sometimes flexing into the duelist, but on GE, back on the primary duelist, and it looks very, very good on the Jet in particular. I feel like playing the solo Yoru, he's been hard done by. He's had to do a lot of legwork, making space for the boys, but now he's been allowed to be let loose on an Asian he's been very comfortable on for a good many years, and you see just why he's quality on it.
Yeah, I mean, he's excelling individually. For me, he's one to watch as we move throughout this tournament. He's unbelievably sharp, and like you say, especially on this sort of comfort role, you saw it come alive. So I would be down to see more of this guy's Jet. Really do enjoy it.
I'm just a little bit worried because it comes at the cost of them playing a comp like that.
Yeah.
Which I was not a fan of that comp from GE.
I mean, there's probably a lot more in the book where, you know, the Autumn Jet could probably, you know, pop up here and there. But yeah, though, this comp was pretty interesting, a bit of a throwback. I know your feelings about it, but I think that, you know, moving over into the next map, it's going to be very interesting too, because it is going to be Abyss, and this is a map that we haven't seen Zeta on at all.
But the thing is, we have seen Global. We know that they're able to play this, and they will almost certainly, I would guess, go back to the composition that we've seen from them before, that solo duelist Yoru, running that veto with the Astra. I think they're going to fall back onto the comfort, and now this series gets so much harder for Zeta Division. I really think that they needed Haven. Global going to be feeling very, very confident now, moving into the latter half of this series.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this should be well and truly within Global's wheelhouse. They'll be back on the comfort role and the meta that they've kind of adopted through the rest of this tournament. So it really throws the gauntlet down at Zeta and says, what have you prepped coming into this map? Because I haven't really seen anything crazy in terms of prep. Like DFM changed their coaching staff. They came into this kickoff with some nice setups, some good reads. You know, we've been praising them for, you know, some of the things that they've come prepped into this tournament and for specific opponents for. We need to see the same thing for Zeta. You've already seen GE play their style and play this map already. What have you prepped to be able to deal with that, knowing that Abyss might come up in the map pool here?
Yeah, there are no excuses for the side of Zeta here, because they've had, obviously, having this as a mystery for so long has to be an advantage at this point. Of course, you need to have been well practiced on this map, it being back for quite a while, and knowing what G already has in store. You need to already know and have studied this for so long.
Yeah, that's a big thing, Mika. I mean, I think map 1 Haven, you could argue they were caught out. You know, nobody's playing against a composition like that in years, quite literally. But now as we move towards Abyss, you can be a lot more confident in what GE are bringing. So give me some preparation, show me how you counter this veto, because that's getting a lot of, a lot of use against other teams. It's getting a lot of advantages. So how are you going to shut that down? That's what I need to see.
Yeah, you've been able to see some of the setups, so let's see if they've prepped anything creative for them.
Yeah.
Eco as well, we've seen him pretty much only on Neon. Now he's a map where he's going to have to play something a little bit different. He started out quite slowly on that map, actually. Second half was a whole lot better, and you saw actually Zeta close the scoreline a lot more when Eco was performing better. So I think he's the player that he's definitely the more aggressive of the two duelists. Absol seems to be the one that wants to take his time and play that Yoru role like you do see. I want to see what Eco's playing, and I want to see him have a hot start here for Zeta.
Yeah, we're going to see if those kind of moments can indeed pick up momentum on the side of Zeta as we head into GE's map pick of Abyss. What are we thinking as we bring out the Asian comp?
So Zeta, I mean, they're playing the very popular comp. This is pretty much the meta of Yoru Waylay, popularized by TRX, except instead of a Cypher, you're going to play double controller, at the Astra being kind of that pseudo-sentinel on defense.
Yeah, I mean, I like Astro Omen. I think it's a nice approach to the map. Global sticking with what they know, also running that Astro Omen, but solo duelist Yoru and Yudatan back on that veto.
Yep, it's going to get really interesting. As we mentioned in the map veto earlier, the latter half seems to favor GE.
I think
you
so.
know, we went into Haven and we saw Zeta, scrap together a few rounds, but it didn't seem that convincing. Now we go into Global's map pick, potentially into Split, and you don't want to go there. You need to be able to bring this back. So we are going to step into Abyss with Achilles and Paperfin.
All right, map 2. The Abyss to come through here for Global Esports, narrowly able to avoid going into overtime on that opener of Haven, but the desk was talking about it. Zeta Division, you haven't shown this map, you have seen it from Global Esports. Can you counteract it?
Yeah, I think the good news here for Zeta is your comp should be pretty good at avoiding a lot of the veto shenanigans, potentially. There's a lot of util that just isn't going to be intercepted by the interceptor. With what you're running here, there is some for sure, with the Sova and a few other things, but overall, you can kind of toy with the map a little bit more, but looks like both teams want to go for this B main fight pretty early.
Recon quickly cleared out. This is the spike. So Zeta have to be particularly careful here as the swing out. Eco going to be taken down. XCL frantically trying to recover that. Goes off the floor, but loses his life. Loses the gun. Now it's on the rest of Zeta. Open up with a very nice volley of shots. Autumn, however, on this reposition, does it go red? Shota seemingly suspicious of this and will be able to find him as Crystal does get rid of Absol. So in the end, a 2v2. Damage suffered on both sides. Long rotate here from Zabi. Shota, if he can find this kill, prevent the flank. It would be monstrous, but it's going to be Zabi to take him down and once again put the spike down on the floor. Sugar Zero, no utility to speak of aside from this smoke.
Good awareness from Zota, just guessed wrong on which angle Zabi would already have gotten to.
Out wide, spots him, but cannot kill him. Brought them both to within a single shot to kill, but it's going to be Global Esports finding their first pistol of this series.
Yeah, just a big early win for Yudo. Swinging out with the rest of his team. They get that confirmation early.
Fired him.
Jeez. It's all about that confirmation early off that recon. The quick clear of it. They want to keep going. Fantastic work.
I put my stars all the way down. That's anti-eco.
Eyes on Yoru.
That's the hope here. If you're Global Esports, this time push out going to be over towards A main. A little bit of space given up. Meanwhile, Zeta, full stack in towards mid. Couple of smokes there as you have the double layer for Zeta in their comp. Yudo, though.
Spot of the one.
Negating.
Immediately turns around, pops that intercept to Crystal. Hell of a shot. It's rid of Sugar Zero. Push the corner. Avoids taking damage as well, as Zombie will get into the mix. Not going to be flawless, but pretty damn close. One casualty, as the weapon will get scooped up, juggled around. It's a 2-0 start.
Huge. Just a great read. No overstay. A nice little outplay from Yudo. Take down the Waylay. Looked like a shorty to me. And just right on point. That's what you're gonna need. The Mosquito caught there.
Calling it out. Well, so far, the Mosquito's getting swatted, so
That's where mosquitoes belong.
Here.
that is true. But let's see if this one's going to actually get a bite. As it is a very scary bonus. Global Esports have a ton of firepower.
Interesting call here for Global to just go down mid themselves. Set up for these extra angles. Zeta gonna have to go big here on the backside. Needs to keep this flank under control, and he can't.
Yutan
Planted.
seemingly just in his element when he's playing this Veto. Continuing to put up numbers. Finds another crystal. Doing the quick hops here around the back of sight. Trying to just get a wider angle, get some damage through. Staved off as the Saturate flies. Drone, however, going to be his demise. Absol push the corner. Crystal falls to the wayside. TP forward, Sugar Zero flush against the walls. Spam out from XDL to try to draw the attention. Now Sugar Zero striking here in main. Cleans up 3, but gets spotted right before the smoke blooms. Patman able to collect a headshot. Dart finding damage, the spray coming in. Now looking to just try to hold this 1.5. Shock Dart, however, not going to kill, but the follow-up shots will do the trick. Bonus not going to be converted, but still, only XDL walking away from this one.
Yeah, it's a really costly bonus. And Sugar Zero bails his team out big time. Again, I love the presence that Global Esports is showing on the map. I do also really like the way that Absol's playing today. Getting aggressive early in the post plants, trying to keep Global Esports off guard. We saw it on Haven a couple times. This time he's doing it when Crystal just is not ready. Drone is out. Already though, Yudo has his ult. So that's a scary prospect. Pops it as soon as he feels any pressure.
Drone not getting the scalp. They know his position though. Eco trying to scale forward and will be able to flush him out. Absol going to get caught at the same time as Navi up on high. Mo's down 4.
Spike down B.
Taking Eco just so very long to be able to get back onto the angle after the refract. Loses out on all of his teammates. Refracts back away once again, but now the double pinch is coming through. It's going to be Autumn
It's a good look for you.
on the low ground, sweeping the corner to deliver the final blow.
Jeez. Just love Zavi, man. He is so sweet. He is so smooth. Look at this. Watches the Waylay go away. Oh, better deal with these other guys by my smoke.
Oh.
Wow, that last one. But yeah, I love the way Yudo's playing. He's just trying to buy time for those reinforcements to get there.
So clean. Oh, now kicked back onto the
Oh.
grip, the attempt. What a brutal way to have it begin. Patman considered going for something even more aggressive. It's just going to be quick up and over the top peak there from Eco, but immediately refracts out to safety. No chance for the Bucky to really get any value here.
Yeah, I was just hoping with that early aggression that Global Esports showed that he was going to be able to at least find one. Got in there quick, but Global Esports just fanned out. Now they know pretty darn well Patman so far forward that they can overstack the B area. Watch the mid, double check it, but
I mean, Autumn's here to back it up, but I don't think Zabi really even needs the help. They try to chip away at it. Sugar Zero does mention TP up and over as Eco dropped. Crystal joining on this angle. Cuss a little bit wide, unable to get the stun there on TXTLL, and Sugar Zero. They passed over the Bucky, and suddenly he's looking to make a go of this one. Gets the spot on the Yutan, shoves him back with a paranoia. Patman dropping down, noise made. Sugar Zero will be contained for now. But Shota catching him off guard. Yutan, oh, dropping down, but doesn't find the punish. It's going to be Shota with